Whoa! Are you kidding me, Alex? Did you sneak this under the radar? Alex? You didn't sneak this in, did you?
My name's Christopher Walker, and I'm about to tell you how I reclaim my manhood.
That's gonna take me.
Right.
Trust me, you lost it, man. Trust me. Just look at you, man. You're like 4'10", standing on that mountain. It's not even a mountain, man. That's just like a little baby anthill. Anyways, Alex, did you do it?
Been good. I'm feeling good. I'm Vaseline from head to tippy toe.
Oh man,
bulletproof mullet is dripping with success.
Oh.
And I know your arms, your biceps are buffer than they've ever been.
Man, they are.
And that is a good feeling.
It's a great feeling, baby.
On my side.
God, I want to be right there next to you, man. I do. This? Whoa, the array drop, boom. Man, keep that music up.
He's dead.
There you go. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Put the shots in, bitch. Put it in. Put those shots in that guy's face.
I hear him. He's up here.
Yeah. He was up there.
See?
Yeah, I can't see because it's dark textures. Boom. We're gonna get right back involved though. We're gonna capitalize. Still can't see him. There it is. Now I see him. He's on the ground.
Yeah.
Shot at. Whoa. What do we got? Boom. Boom.
Kind of split a little bit.
Boom. Got him stunned.
Back there.
Okay.
There he is. Get you. This is me trying to dial in my shot. It was still loose.
Trying to flank.
Right? We were dialing it in. It took us a little bit, but man, not very long.
One's not.
Yeah, this guy's down.
There's a guy fighting the zombies down below at the diner.
Okay.
He's tagged up a little bit. Two guys at the diner. One in the corner. I threw another nade.
Yeah.
One there.
Yeah. I got the other one.
God dang it! Look at this game.
My paranoia.
Boom.
Tagged him.
I get so excited for like I'm getting juiced up right now, man.
Later down the hill.
Yeah. At the gas station, he's got shot at.
Oh man, Vis.
I'm warmed up.
Woo, don't peek! Don't apple juice!
Oh my God!
Don't peek! Apple juice! Apple juice!
Alex, what's up with the black bars on the replay?
Yeah, what is that? Look at this.
First off, how did you even sneak back in?
Alex, what are you doing?
I told you to
right
get the hell out of here. So get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
right? Get up and get the hell out of here.
No, we're just joking. That was
I
from
don't
the
ever
other
try
day.
to sneak back in.
Don't listen to him.
All right?
That was
You
the other
didn't
day.
fix the problem.
I know.
did.
Alex, I know.
You hear him?
Be advised.
I just- I
Further
could
collapse
feel them.
expected. Relocate to safe zone.
Can you? I can taste
Yo, 2 guys, 300.
Ooh.
Hit one. They're going down from the buildings.
Yep, I saw.
Super little back there. Oh,
Yeah. He's pushing up. He's flashed.
down one.
Yeah, the other one's flashed still, and now he's peeking.
Yes!
Circle collapse.
That's a big one right there, man. I forgot about that one. I completely
Going for
forgot
a
about that.
life-threatening, and I mean a life-threatening
Call. Major
quick scope
instability
snipe.
detected.
He's got to be down by the street.
Either down by the street, behind the wall, 120.
There he is. I see him.
Did you use 360 in, man?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, man. We don't like to talk about it too much. I don't want to talk about it. This. Oh, man. Fizzbin the Fabulous, thank you for the $14. Hey Doc, have you looked into playing my favorite game when I was growing up? Infocom's Zork 1, The Great Underground Empire. Yeah, I've certainly wanted to play that for a long time. Whoa.
Weapons free. Light him up, Sentinel.
Oh man. Oh man, man, no, 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 no. Oh no 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 no. Oh no 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 no. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. So it's either this. I mean that's one swipe right there. Okay, that's one swipe. or we bump it up once. That's okay. Jeez. Oh, I see what they did. Okay. So this is Ascend. The space elevator. So here's the thing I was talking about right here. Okay, so this is a good explanation right now. So when I originally designed this, ladies and gentlemen, when I originally designed this map, you see this big cylinder, right? Including this platform. So this platform, this entire cylinder, in the beginning, halfway through the map, it's not supposed to be there. Okay? Nate Shot always gives me a hard time about this underground section, and I agree, but a lot of people don't know the development of the map, where this was a major part of how the map played into this when this wasn't here. And I wish we could fly around. Let's see. Did they keep the platforms? I don't think they even kept the platforms. But basically, this entry point right here would actually go into a platform that would actually went down. I don't know if you can see it, but basically it would go, it would start right here and then would go all the way down there, and then there was like this smaller platform way over here, and then one little platform to go up to the top, right? It was like a very hollow area, wide open, platform scary. Like it basically, there would be no flow going through here because it was just too dangerous. So what that did was it increased the flow through the middle of the map and the right side of the map. Right? Everyone would be fighting through here, fighting on this side, and then obviously underneath. Ah! Well, anyways, underneath. So it transformed the map, right? Essentially. And then halfway through the map, the space elevator, you see all these moving parts. These things would actually move. This was an X model that was, we had it rigged to animate. So it would literally, when the space elevator would arrive, you would actually hear it. So like, it'd be like, space elevator arrives in 1 minute. Space elevator, or whatever it was, arrives in 10 seconds. And all of a sudden, this arm would go, and then you would hear this thing go, and it was pretty sweet, man. It was a huge dynamic event. And then basically when it gets here, this is the area that you would play in, how it transforms it, you know, a lot more landscape. But there was performance issues with this huge object coming down and being planted in place. And so we decided to scratch the dynamic event out. issues with like moving collision, right? How the collision interacted, how that collision, how the script, all these scripted blocks interacted with players who would be on it, because you'd like die like right when you go onto the platform, etc. Anyways. Artists, I'm telling you right now, boost jump, absolutely, the artists like hated it, because designers were like, all right, cool, let's just throw blocks up. Like, that's an obvious block that you can't get on top of, right? Like, if I were to jump up here, you know, and then, so everything is very tower-y, simply because, you know, as a designer, you want a message to the gamers like, hey, you can't get up there. So what's the best way of doing it? Building a freaking vertical block, right? So the artists have to look at that and go, what the hell is that? You know? That's why I think the Sledgehammer Games artists, from the concept team to the 3D artists, all that, they're just super talented. I think they did an awesome job with making a lot of these elements work. You know? Like, here's a good example. Here's a good example. This building right here, the reason why it's blocked is A, we don't want you to get up there, and B, we don't want you to double jump and then be able to see all the way across, especially from, you know. Especially me going like that, being able to see all the way across the map. This was a interesting element to add. I added this one late. This is a late thing. Because we needed a spawn area, so we dropped this whole elevation change back here. We extended it way back. I also created this pocket. It used to be like more, I believe it used to be like right here was the platform. So we built this out just so we can have more spawn points. You know, we got a couple spawn points right here. I think a spawn point like there. I think we got a couple spawn points inside here. Anyways, this is Ascend. What's the longest sightline on this map? Yeah, the longest sightline, this is where... No! The longest sightline's probably right here. And for console, I think we were hitting, at like one point, we were hitting like 57 or something. 57 frames, and to ship a Call of Duty, I think you have to like bare minimum 70 frames per second anywhere on any map. Something like that. This is regulation. And so, you know, that was part of the reason why we kind of had to take down the dynamic event as well. Like, this thing was just eating up frames, especially, not before, but when it was initiated, and then once it planted itself, then afterward, the frames would stay the same. It wasn't performing very well. So, if you take that in mind, when you think about the scale of where Blackout is, and my knowledge at the time of this engine, of what we were working with, it blows my mind what they did with Blackout. It just blows my mind. Yeah, this little path right here is controversial path right here, man. Whether it should have been built or not. Yeah, see this thing right here too? This was part of the space elevator. So when the space elevator wasn't here, this thing would be up. Right? When I say up, like if you look at the rotation of it, it would actually, it would lift up this way. So this was open. And what that did was introduce this sight line. You could see all the way through here. So it would just be these rails. See if you look at this rail, this would be open and it would look all the way across over here. So like if you think about how the map played, it was very long sight line to long sight line. You know what I mean? To long sight line. And that's the feeling that I was going for. Is like long sight line alongside each lane, and you could kind of get up in here and squeeze in and try to push, but it was very hard to push, and that's why I had this bad boy. Right? You want to get in long range fights, or you could come up here, get a couple shots in here, boom, boost up here. Right now you're in the base. The dynamic event, we had to take it out. This is Ascend. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Now in Blackout, the graphics, textures, etc. are toned down, and it seems for performance. Yeah, they usually do that for betas, don't they? Don't they like tone it down? They limit the frame, they like put a cap on the frame rate, and they tone down the textures during betas. Easter eggs? No. Sledgehammer Games was very strict on Easter eggs. Very strict. Has anyone ever disagreed with your map designs? Oh man, that's all the time, right? You're gonna get people that are gonna just like, and as a map designer, you take feedback. That's part of the That's one of the things. Like if you go into a meeting and like you firmly believe in your design, right? Like it's got something special, something magical.
I love being the best.
You have to commit to it, you know? Unless it just plays horrifically the first test, then obviously you take in the feedback. But after a play test, you go in and you go into the design room, right? And everyone gets like a minute to express either their pros or cons or their top 3 things that they didn't like or liked. And so you're sitting there as they go around and give you feedback on the playtest on your map. And it's up to you to take Joe Schmo right here, says he hated this part of the map, and maybe in your mind, like, hey, I thought that was probably one of the better parts of the map during the playtest. It played really well, it flowed very well. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to do exactly what that person says, but collectively as a group, it's good. It's a, you know, you could choose on the actions, and then from there, based out of the room, you talk to the leader, the lead multiplayer designer. You work with him, saying, "Hey, this is my." This is what I'm going to attack next based off the playtest. I'm going to change this side of the map. I'm going to add more spawns. I'll build a spawn pocket here, whatever it is. But you certainly consult afterward with usually with the leads and stuff, so that you have a game plan, so that you're just not sitting there changing stuff around with no real end goal. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you have these playtests and you have one like 2 or 3 days later and another one 2 or 3 days later, all of a sudden, you don't know where you're at with your map. Like, what direction should I take it? Right? And all of a sudden, your map's getting lost in amongst all the other maps. That's when you know you got to just scrap it. Did you decide spawn points? Yes, we designed spawn points. Not only do we build it like top down. Is there a debug? Spectator mode? Options, control, whatever, system, optimal video, whatever. Change loadout. What was I gonna say? Yeah, not only do like so we basically here's the process of building a multiplayer map for us, or when I was there. It start with on paper, top down, on paper, kind of like a layout, like an architectural plan. You know what I mean? Like you see these top down. There's the room with the furniture, whatever. But yours is very like bare bones, top down. These are the choke points. This is how big the map is, and here's the fiction that I'm kind of want to go with. It's a crash spaceship or whatever it is. Once you get that approved, then you go out and you start blocking it out, right? Until you and then when you block it out, you obviously got to put spawn points so you can play test it during team deathmatch, and that's all we play tested it on was team deathmatch, team deathmatch, team deathmatch. And then you make little changes based off feedback, and then if it gets to a point where it's like, hey, we like it. Then it moves on to other game modes. Like that's its first major like next step. Okay, because if it can get to that step, that means we like it. If we don't like the map, we're not going to allow you to put set up CTF and CTF spawns and domination spawns and hardpoint spawns. Like, but we design those game modes in the map as well. What the hell is this boom? What are we doing with the boom? Huh? What the hell are we booming for? And boom team, why the hell do I have bars on the top and the bottom? Can anybody tell me that? Once we figure out that, man, we really like this map, we like the game modes that you set up, then that's when we put it on the art shelf, and eventually it'll get arted, and once it does, that's when the designer really, really, really has to step in and own the map. They always talk about own the map from beginning to end. And that's where you really have to own it, because, you know, artists tend to want to like become designers, right? Like they want to move, they want to shift a little thing. How's that, doctor? Like, it's okay if we shifted that cover element right here in the middle of the path, right? Hey, doctor, it's okay if we block that site. We just wanted to get that signpost in there. And then you work with artists all the way to completion, and then obviously once it gets done, like it'll be in constant rotation every single week, and then you'll get bugs for clipping, player clipping, whether it's that bug could relate to anything, and as a designer you go in there and you fix it. And then you want to get to, and then you have Q&A, and they just constantly test the map every single day, and by the end of each day, like they'll shoot you a whole bunch of bugs that you have to resolve and perforce. But that's the process.